You had Dixie on the phone worrying about someone trying to embarrass her. You had AJ video packages. So I expect the teasers from TNA and Dixie to continue going to a later date where AJ Styles may return to face the current TNA champion at a later pay-per-view. Pretty similar to the WWE one when you had champion versus champion and to get an overall champion in the end. But now on the actual show. I was quite surprised that TNA actually still have the main event Mafia, MEM, still together, still showing that they're together, only to successfully tease their breakup, or at least on the shelf, as you have Sting grabbing the mic and he says how each member are eventually going to become champion. And looking through them, Kurt Angle becoming champion again. He is a guy that, as Rude has pointed out, not really done anything. So having Angle as the champion would be great for future wrestlers, future stars. You have Magnus. At the minute he slipped up a bit. And because of the slight tease that Sting gave us, they may be continuing the steady build of the Sting and Magnus feud. Samoa Joe, it's a lot better than being involved in the X division. So having Samoa Joe there to take the World Championship eventually, I'm all for that. But at the end of the day, no matter who you have as the champion after this tournament to crown a world champion, I would like to see the top new champion putting over a uprising star, because that's what we want to see as wrestling fans, I'm hoping, in a wrestling company. I'm quite interested in when Sting got to speak and mentioned that he cannot go for the world championship, so instead he's going to go on the entitlement. The guys who come into the company, or the top guys who feel that they deserve to be at the top without respecting the company and building themselves up. So my question is to viewers or to TNA, who are you thinking of putting Sting in a feud with? Kurt Angle gets on the mic, and this is where I really feel that they're really hammering down on this feud they have going. Kurt Angle is about to say he's clear to wrestle when Bobby Roode comes out. And the two go back and forth, and they both want to be in the final against each other. Another match between Bobby Roode and Kurt Angle, I think it's going to be good to see. I'm looking forward to seeing these two face each other again. The quality they gave us in their past matches, give us another one. Who can complain? And the two just brawl for a little while. Referees, Kazarian, Daniels come and separate the two. So the way TNA emphasized on these two gave us this feud as something good and something to look out for. So I think TNA did good in this segment. Then we get to, okay, the knockouts. As much as there was good spots in this match to crown a number one contender for Gail Kim's championship, like we had ODB looking like the strong knockout. We had the double roll-up from Brooke. I liked it. The match weren't bad. It's just that we've seen these knockouts perform. We've seen them go for the championship. Maybe I wouldn't mind seeing Brooke with the championship round her waist, but I don't see a Brooke versus Gail Kim match. And Gail Kim really nailed the hammer on the head when she was saying that she's beaten everyone, she's done it, she's the best knockout there is. And when she set the challenge for any knockout or any diva or any female that wants to come into TNA, into the wrestling world to prove themselves and following their win, if they beat Gail Kim, to get a championship match. This is just brilliant. This is what the knockout needs. New knockouts. The champion, the top knockout, ready to hopefully give the chance to other talent. And I really hope you bring in new knockouts that fans die to see. Get a good reaction. Perform. Get contracts. So I'm going to say I look forward to seeing who comes in and what TNA think of their new knockouts. Now we get to the Aces&Eights segment. And a quick spoiler alert, the Aces&Eights remain together. We have Anderson, who says it was the best thing he's done when he got out of the Aces&Eights. And I'm pretty sure if any of you in the Aces&Eights, the attire might look cool, but the faction sucks. And just like the Aces&Eights say, the faction is just about the boss instead of being about the faction, the uprising group you have. And it comes down to a vote in the ring. And Taz finally gets his little segment instead of just being pushed to one side on commentary. It comes down to Garrett Bischoff, Knox and Taz all pretending to leave. Just while Buddy Ray and Anderson are talking away, setting up their match for the pay-per-view in a no disqualification match, which was before Buddy Ray revealed that DTA don't trust anyone and the Aces&Eights are still together. TNA, why? I do not think the Aces&Eights should have gone on this long. Yes, you want there to be a long-term storyline, but the Aces&Eights have killed that storyline early on in their careers or in this faction. So just get rid of them, move them on, release them, just concentrate on Bully, Ray and Anderson. Then you get to Ethan EC3 defeating Dewey Barnes, you know, that top real killer, the guy you gotta watch out for, the guy that's made it, the guy that could take anyone down with one punch. Yes, I understand the steady build. At least Ethan's opponents are a lot more interesting and the way he hypes up the match is a hell lot more interesting than Ryback. So go for it, Ethan. Keep going forward. And I wouldn't mind seeing you facing someone that's already in there. Maybe Chris Sabin, who I'll get to later. Kenny King, good performance there. Or even, like, I don't believe rushing these new wrestlers to the top is the best idea. So put Ethan through the other wrestlers first. After being shoved by Bad Influence, Pacman and another football player end up slamming Kaz and Daniels. And I was really disappointed because later in the night, Kaz and Daniels end up facing and defeating Eric Young and Joseph Parks. I was hoping for a little bit more, something more to make Pacman's time on the show bigger than what it was. Because I really, all this internet mention of Pacman being on tonight's show and him not really doing much that stood out, I was hoping for either more comedy segment, mic work, another attack, but pushing that to one side, those hopes did not happen, but Bad Influence win a match, which they've not done ever so often or frequently, so that was nice to see. And the match, short, not very entertaining. They mentioned the whole Joseph Parks Abyss character, and that is what we're all wondering. What is the future, it's still going on, between Joseph Parks and Abyss? TNA using the continuous call-outs between Angle and Bobby Roode to hype up the Kurt Angle and Austin Aries match next week which is going to be a submission match, which I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be a great match. But Aries, Rude, and Kurt Angle all have a fight brawl out ringside. And this is maybe teasing what we could get later on. But TNA, that was a really good segment. Really did some good hyping up there and got three of your best all fighting against each other. Very entertaining, and I'm looking forward to seeing which of these three are going to make it through the tournament. With the speciality behind Full Metal Mayhem, I'm really glad how TNA used it tonight for the main event, where Jeff Hardy defeated Chris Sabin. It was a very good match. Yes, it could have been seen as short, but the spots we got, the weapon usage we got, and the way they built up towards the finish, very enjoyable. Chris Sabin being an ex-world champion, being in a main event, being against Jeff Hardy, being in the TNA World Championship Tournament again, and being in a Full Metal Mayhem. That was great for him, I really do believe. Yes, Jeff Hardy may have won, but the match was very good. Both guys put on an entertaining finish. And now Jeff Hardy's going through to the final, so we know Jeff Hardy's future. Chris Sabin, I'm guessing he's going to be back in the X division with this I'm better than everyone, I don't care kind of character. But I'm just going to say it was a good finish. Overall, this show was very good. It gave us the hype up to the future of the tournament. It gave us hype for next week. It gave us storyline progression with the main event Mafia wrestlers. It gave us tag team, not really the strongest there. I'm glad we didn't get to see the Bros, but they are the champions, so I'm guessing it'll be next week. I want to see more direction for that, to see who the hell is going to take the championships off them. The Knockouts got involvement. X Division, no. And the World Championship, great. Anderson, Buddy Ray, the Aces and Eights.